People started liking me. I was like excited. The other side came. They make fun of my hair, my face, how fast I talk, how I slur, like just shut me down. I was just like,
The man, Brunson.
Paid to sell your product.
Love this guy.
I honestly believe the entrepreneurs are the only people that can actually change this planet.
Hey, this is Russell Brunson. Welcome back to the channel. So excited to have you here. Now, on today's video, I'm going to be talking about why you may actually want to offend people as a digital marketer. But before we get into that, make sure you click on the subscribe button down below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and turn on your notifications. That way, when the new videos come out, you will be the first in your market to get them. With that said, let's jump into this video. All right, now this is going to seem super counterintuitive. Our entire lives, we've all been raised to be nice to people, to be friendly, to not cause arguments or fights or frustrations, right? Our whole entire life, we've done that. I think a lot of times people, when they start their online businesses, they're so afraid of offending anybody. And because of that, they start tiptoeing around this topic, and they're very, very careful. And the problem with that is when you're neutral, you're boring and nobody cares.
Boring.
Getting your voice out there, getting your message is all about being prolific, being someone who's willing to kind of push the boundaries and push the edges. You look at the people who have had the most success, they're people who aren't afraid to share their opinions and offend people. To have success, you gotta have polarity. So polarity, when you do that by default, when you start becoming polar, what'll happen is that on one side, you're gonna have people who become raving fans. Now, the opposite of that is when you get raving fans, you always get the other side of polarity, which is people who will not like you, okay? And at first, it's frustrating. I promise you, when I first started publishing things online, people started liking me, I was like excited, and then the other side came, the people who were upset, who were offended. I remember at first it shut me down. I was just like, I don't want to do this. This is painful. I don't like people saying bad things about me. They make fun of my hair, how fast I talk, how I slur, like all the things, okay? And they'll start coming at you and you'll see them, and it's hard. One point where I was like depressed for 2 or 3 days. I didn't want to create a video. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to do anything. And then one of my very first mentors, he posted something online. His name's Dan Kennedy. And he said, if you haven't offended someone by noon each day, then you're not marketing hard enough. And I remember hearing that and thinking, oh my gosh, like that's freeing to me to understand, like I can't let the voice and the noise of the people on the other side to stress me out. I have to be polar. I have to be pushing the edges. I have to be pushing the boundary. I have to be loud. I have to be talking, to be publishing that this other group is not going to like. Some of the things I do to help me is, number one is I'm not the first person to read my comments. I have someone go through and delete the horrible negative comments. Like you try to distance yourself because as a creator, you're creating things and putting out there. A lot of times that'll stop your momentum. You hear someone talk bad and it's gonna be like, why am I doing this? Why am I creating it? So you need to try to block yourself as good as possible. That's number one. Number two, there's always gonna be stuff that slips through. So when it slips through, you've got to read it. Instead of looking at me like, instead you got to look at that and say, yes. Okay, I had another mentor, Matt Fury. He said he used to, every time he got a hater message him something or read a bad comment, he'd stand up in his chair and yell at the top of his lungs, hurrah, because he said that because that person's offended, it means that someone over here is becoming more of a true fan. So you got to be able to shift your mindset to become okay with that. Do not be afraid of being loud, of sharing your message. No matter how clean cut, how perfect, how nice you try to be, or on the other side, how aggressive and how bad you want to be, you're always going to offend people, but it's the only way to really get your true fans on the opposite side to love you. And that's how you get them to buy your products, buy your services, and that way you can actually change their life, okay? And in digital marketing, in fact, not only is it okay, if you don't do it, I promise you nobody's hearing your message at all. So with that said, I hope that gives you guys some permission to go out there and be yourself, enjoy it, don't be embarrassed, don't be afraid. And when the haters come, shout top of your lungs, hurrah, that means you changed somebody else's life on the other side of it. All right, I hope that video helped you. I hope that if you've had a hater and you've been struggling, that game kind of released it for you. If you've enjoyed this content or any of the videos I've been putting out there, please click on the subscribe button down below. Comment down below. Even if you're a hater, comment down below. Let me know. Some of my team will delete it, or I will see it and I will cheer. Everyone else, if you love this video, please comment down below as well. And with that said, after you're done, click on the next video in the series and let's keep on training and get you better at becoming an entrepreneur, better at growing your business, and better at growing your company with the sales funnel.